Hey, Jocelyn, how are you? Am I the only one?
Good. How are you?
Oh, hey. Hey, I wanted to actually get in the Wayback Machine for a second and go back to your sophomore year, when Patty decided to give you, I think what you've called your softball cleanse, and just how that changed that season. But I'm wondering how you feel like that has impacted where you are now, what you learned from that time being away at a time that sounded like you weren't real happy with things, and just it wasn't what we see now out of you.
Yeah, honestly, it was just a maturing aspect. And I think back to then, I wasn't mature enough to handle just kind of what was going on around me. I didn't know how to handle questions. I didn't know how to handle pressure. I didn't know how to handle a lot of things, because when you come in as a freshman, you're kind of just like, all right, here I am. But come back your sophomore year, things start to change. You have a little higher expectations, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I think it was just a learning curve for me. And it's definitely helped me now to the player that I am today. And I always kind of look back at that and think how far I've come. So just kind of staying within myself.
I know you're a totally different player in person now probably than you were then. I mean, you're older and all that, but do you feel like sort of learning how to play with that joy and handle that pressure? I mean, like what you're going through right now could be really stressful. What you went through last year in the Women's College World Series could have been like, but we just see you perform in those moments. Is that a carryover you feel like from that?
I was actually talking to JT about this, and he was just saying to embrace it as a challenge. And I do like challenges, and I like when I'm being pushed, and I like overcoming certain things. So just looking at this as another challenge, and I know I'm going to beat it. So
Thanks, Jocelyn.
thank you.
I'll go to Eric Bailey.
Jocelyn, you doing okay today?
Yes.
Good, good. I'm envious of you getting out of this cold weather this week. So,
Oh, yeah.
hey, I want to ask you about family support. What has it meant just to see your mom, dad, extended family just with you every step of the way during this process?
Yeah, it's super nice. And I heard someone, like, I was rewatching the game, just seeing like my at-bats and stuff like that, and seeing what I could improve on. And someone was like, there she is, she's pointing for one more, but I'm actually just pointing up to them because I definitely wouldn't be here without them. So they definitely mean a lot to me, and it's really nice to have them there. My mom actually wasn't there this past weekend, but she will be there this weekend. So it'll be fun.
I want to ask you too, when you decided to come into Oklahoma, how difficult is when you're 17, 18 years old, decide to move so far away from home? And I know there were a lot of schools looking at you early on.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but I was actually verbaled to Cal Berkeley before. I verbaled there my freshman year, and then my senior year, my heart just wasn't with them anymore, and it's not even on them, it's all on myself. But my heart just wasn't with them anymore, and I decommitted and committed here when I was 18 on my 18th birthday, I remember. But honestly, it wasn't hard for me moving far away from home. I've been away from home a lot of my summers I spent in California. So, I mean, being away from home wasn't that factor for me. And I'm a family person. I'm a real person, but sometimes my house can get pretty crowded. So
Jocelyn, thanks so much. Have a good weekend, okay?
thank you.
We'll go to Abby Bitterman.
Yeah, hi Jocelyn. I just wanted to ask you a bit about your relationship with Lauren Chamberlain. I mean, she's been a very vocal and obvious, supporter of you as you've been on kind of this quest to tie and pretty soon obviously break her record. But just what has that been like for you and what's your relationship like with her?
We're really good friends. We're really good friends. I can call her right now and just talk to her about anything, and it doesn't even have to be about softball. We've gotten dinner a couple times, so like it's really just a Sooner sisterhood thing. And just as far as the record and stuff, like I feel like she's kind of happy about it because like, yes, it's being broken, but it's staying in the Sooner program. So it's just a win for all of us Sooners in general. But yeah, we're really good friends, and she's been a very big like advocate for this, and she recognized my potential. My freshman year in Palm Springs was the first time that I met her. So to have her there this weekend will be kind of cool, and maybe we can remake that picture because I did not look the greatest then. But yeah, we're cool. We're really good friends.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you saw her in that like Alo baseball jersey she has, and what'd you think of that?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And as soon as she got one, I told my dad to go make me a Lauren Chamberlain one. I'll probably have it done for like one of these home games or something, just to like in honor of her, you know what I mean? Because she's had this record for a while now, and I just feel like I kind of owe it all to her, you know? So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
Good, John Hoover.
Hey, Jocelyn, thanks for your time today. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
So Lauren obviously has a unique perspective on what you're going through. She went through it a few years ago, chasing that home run record, being kind of the face of the program, and in some ways being the face of softball. It's a lot of pressure. I know it must be a lot of pressure, I would assume. Has she been good as a counselor or mentor or anything like that about, hey, listen, just play your game? Do you guys have those conversations?
Yeah, we've had them a few times, but I feel like coach more so kind of does that. I have talked to Lauren before about it though, just kind of before I even started season, kind of in the fall thing. But coach has really been keeping me sane kind of through this and keeping me calm. And I asked her, I was like, did Lauren go through this same thing? And she was like, exactly the same thing. And I was like, okay, so I'm not the only one that has felt this before. But yeah, coach has definitely been keeping me calm, which I'm sure she did the same to Lauren. Lauren's kind of been in my ear in and out about it, but more so just really positive things she's been telling me, not really like keeping calm, just telling me to do my thing.
Let me ask you, did you ever think the home run record was something that could belong to you? Did Lauren hit so many that you thought, wow, that's amazing. Someday maybe I could dream of that?
Ever since I was young, I've kind of had this in my head for a while. When I got to college and just started taking off, I was like, okay, like, let's do it. And I told my dad too the other day, he believed in me from when I was when I was at a young age, and he's just kind of instilled that in my head for a while. And then I started to believe it, and then I got here, and now it's actually happening.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
Good, Garen Ebing.
Miss Alo, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Do you remember watching Lauren play when you were a youngster? Did you watch her much?
You know, what's funny, I didn't watch a lot of Sooner softball. I watched a lot of UCLA softball, but that was only because I knew Misha Sadaraka, who is from Hawaii. She now coaches at LMU, but I just remember watching her, and I never watched a lot of Lauren, but then as I got older, started looking her clips up on YouTube and stuff like that. So I can't say that I have, and I wish I did.
You said you met her. Did you say it was in Palm Springs you first met her when you were a freshman?
Yeah, when I was a freshman, 2018. And yeah, that was my first time ever meeting her in person. And I was like this young freshman that was just fangirling, and now like have each other's phone numbers, send each other funny videos on Instagram. So yeah.
Yeah. Was just real quick, was that something did someone set it up, or was it just a chance meeting? Do you recall?
I think coach was like, hey, I have someone I want you to meet. And it was Lauren, and I was like, holy crap.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't by chance. It was like she was watching us play. So it was good.
Very cool. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll go to Joey Helmer.
Yeah, Jocelyn, I think you said the other day that you're expecting to have quite a bit of your family there this weekend. And assuming that the record does go down this weekend, how special will that be for you to kind of have a bunch of family in attendance when it happens?
Yeah, it'll be good. I have all of my immediate family coming, so they're all taking off work this week, and I was like, look, I was telling my older sister, I was like, just tell your boss, like, she'll be fine. You'll be fine without her. But yeah, so I have all my immediate family coming. My grandma, you guys seen her before, my two other grandparents, all my sisters, not my dog though, but it's all good. And then my parents, obviously. So yeah, it'll be pretty nice. Last weekend, I have family that lives in Houston, so I had like all 30 of my cousins there. It was insane. But yeah, they got to see the climb up, and my mom will see the climb over. So it'll be fun.
Go to Ryan Aber.
Yeah, Jocelyn, good talking to you again. Thanks for doing this. You talked about looking at some clips of Lauren back when she played. Do you remember what you took away from looking at those and learned from her, before you developed that relationship with her?
Not really. I'm being honest, I didn't really take anything away from like the swing or whatever, but just as far as like our mindsets and just who we are as people, I would say there's a lot of similarities, but there's also a lot of differences. And at the end of the day, like that's what makes us us, and that's what makes me me, and that's what makes Lauren. But yeah, I can't say that I took anything away. I've always kind of been a fan of my own swing, I would say.
Appreciate it, Jocelyn. Good luck
Thank
this
you.
weekend.
We'll go to Chaz.
Hey Joss, how's it going?
Good. How are you? Oh my gosh, it's been a minute.
I know it's great to see your face.
Yeah.
Congratulations on everything, and
Thank you.
really excited to talk to you today. So you've kind of talked about how kind of you've evolved mentally and I'm sure emotionally as a hitter. How are you able to keep your emotions and mental approach intact during this time?
Just kind of staying within myself, and I know the values that I have as a hitter. Whenever like someone gets someone out, a pitcher gets a hitter out, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, she got me on this change up outside and I just rolled over, blah, blah, blah. But one thing about me as a hitter is I'll never, ever give a pitcher credit. So if she gets me out, like I got myself out, it wasn't the pitcher. She didn't do anything special. I'll never give a pitcher credit, no matter who you are, but that's just me as a hitter. And honestly, keeping my emotions intact sometimes can be kind of hard, but coach always says like she can't tell whether I just struck out 4 times or hit 4 home runs. And for some reason, I feel like she probably can, but yeah, just kind of, it's always on to the next pitch and what you're going to do about it. I don't really like to sit in my at-bats for a long time, just kind of take what I need to take mentally, throw the rest out, and just go back and try and beat her again.
One last question. If and when you break the record, how will you celebrate this milestone?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people have been asking like, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to cry? And I'm like, I hope not, because I have another at bat probably after that. So, but I definitely, I think I'll keep it cool until the game's done. But once I go and hug my family and hug my dad, my mom, I think that's when I'll kind of let it all sink in. But as far as like running around the bases, I won't go slow, I'll go normal. But just kind of soaking it all up. Like, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to react. I really don't.
Well, thank you for your time and best of luck the rest of the season. Congratulations
you.
on everything.
Are you coming to the Texas series?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Good.
I gotta place another bet with Coach Gasso.
Oh man.
I know
I'll see you
how
there.
that might end. It's okay
Yes.
We'll go to Ryan Chapman.
Hey, Jocelyn, you mentioned earlier just how you like to continually be challenged. And coming into the year, the record was so achievable. It's not like you were having to project out 30 home runs or something like that to get it. So after this, I know you told us national championship, but for you personally, what's the next challenge? Do you have a number in mind of what you want to get to for this season? Like, what does that look like for you once you get this record?
I definitely want it to be a 3-digit number, that's for sure. And I would say like after that, I have USA this summer, so just going and competing. I've never played international ball before, so that'll be a whole new thing for me. Pro, obviously, and just kind of seeing where life is going to take me. I don't really know what's going to happen after this. This is kind of all I've known for the past 5 years, so I think life will kind of just slap me in the face, honestly. But it'll be a challenge I'm willing to take.
We did an interview with Coach Gasso right as the season was starting, and she had put a number on it that would have you hitting about 40 this year. Is that something that you guys have talked about, or was that just a Coach Gasso thing?
No, I think it's just a Coach Gasso thing. But I mean, it would be nice. Who knows? Who knows?
Thanks, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
We'll go to James Hale.
Hey, Jocelyn, congratulations. Watching you throughout your career, I think we have your stance and how you look and things like that, but it looks like you're so into and you're so online right now. Are you swinging the bat about as well as you've ever swung it? I mean, you don't look like everything you're hitting is hard, so you're not missing much. Are you swinging it about as well as you've swung it in your career? And that's been fantastic, that's for sure.
I don't think I'm swinging it the best. I feel like last year at this time, I was a little more comfortable.
Really?
But also at practice, I have to face Jordy Ball and Hope Troutwine. So you understand why my swing might feel a little crappy sometimes. But yeah, they serve it up. They make me a better hitter. I make them a better pitcher. But man, they are hard to hit off of, I will say. They're the only pitchers I'll give credit to because I don't have to face them in a game.
Joshy, one more question, if you don't mind. Jana Johns has improved so much, or she's gotten comfortable, or whatever it is, in this lineup. The lineup's about the same as it was last year. John just kind of moved around. Everybody just seems to have gotten better. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, there's no stopping us. We're just gonna continue to get better like we always do. Coach holds us to a high standard. So yeah, like you guys may think we're hot now, but we're only on the come up. So just look out.
Hey, thanks, Jocelyn. Good luck Saturday.
Thank you.
This weekend, I mean.
We'll go to Eric Lopez.
Jocelyn, I appreciate you taking the time. I'm curious, as you were growing up and playing softball, did you have like players you looked up to either in softball or even other sports you look up to?
I didn't watch a lot of softball growing up, but one person that I do remember watching her highlights of was Crystal Bustos. Just her swing and her power is insane, and I wanted to be that one day, and obviously I want to be on USA as well. I actually got the chance to meet her, I think it was like 2014 summer. It was my sophomore year, and I was like, Dad, I think that's Crystal Bustos. But yeah, took a picture with her, and stayed in touch ever since. As far as baseball though, Barry Bonds is my guy. Sad that he didn't get into the Hall of Fame, but it is what it is. I grew up on the Giants baseball team. Coached in Hawaii and played with like a bunch of my cousins. And I remember I had this Barry Bonds jersey that I would wear over my jersey. So yeah, I mean, it was just like an orange t-shirt that said Giants on it. But yeah, I have my Bonds jersey back home in Hawaii, but Barry Bonds is my guy.
Hey, no, I was a Will Clark fan, so I'm a Giants fan as
Yeah.
well, so I know how that goes.
One day I'm gonna take BP with Barry Bonds. I don't know how. I don't know what. I know I will.
That's pretty good. Coach Gasso told me that she thinks you would be a great coach if you wanted to get into coaching, and how you, even as a player now, you're kind of like a coach to some of your teammates there. I know you've mentioned earlier you don't know what you're going to do long term, but talk about that from a coaching aspect, because she says you help other players become better hitters.
I just feel like I've studied hitting a lot, and I've had really, really long conversations with JT on like how he sees things, how he views things, like just what makes him a good hitter, what makes him a good hitting coach. And I watch a lot of film and what goes into these things. And if I can offer any kind of knowledge, like, and it even just be like a confidence booster to my girls, then 100% I'll do it. But I have thought of coaching, but I do want to play first and just kind of play for as long as I can, play while I'm young and healthy. So coaching can always be something done later, but yeah, I do want to get into that one day. But yeah, I mean, anything I can offer the girls, like they always know they can call me.
And then my last question, what has JT and Patty meant to you, and how have they helped you get to this point?
Yeah, they've helped me grow in many ways possible that I can't even describe. Definitely very big influential people in my life, and just what they've done for me. And they've seen me at my worst, they've seen me at my best, and they still love me the same way. And yeah, they've meant a lot to me. And even in the few short years I've known Rocha as well, she's definitely that like mother figure, and she's a big part of my life as well. And I'm not even a pitcher, but just what she does to challenge the hitters, and just how she talks sometimes is they've all meant a lot to me, and this entire staff, and just the Oklahoma Sooners, like everyone up there in the office, from the AD to the president, everyone. I'm very happy I came here. I am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go to Kyle Kinsing.
Jocelyn, thanks so much for doing this. Any kid that plays any sport, when they first get started, dream of being a champion, a record setter, that sort of thing. So few are actually able to do so. How do you think that young you first starting out in softball would react if present day you could tell yourself that you're going to accomplish all this?
I think my younger self would be like, yeah, all right. Just me being from Hawaii, you don't really hear a lot of people kind of doing the things that I've been doing, but I'm just a lucky girl whose dreams came true. But yeah, I just think I wouldn't believe my younger self if I was telling her right now the things that she would be doing. But the things that I'm doing now, I hope that I can continue to inspire other girls and boys to go out there and chase their dreams, because you never know what can happen. But yeah, this is crazy that it's happening.
We'll go to Jason Takio.
Awesome, thank you. Hey Jocelyn, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. So kind of first thing I want to ask you, you're at the pinnacle of basically college softball now. But as Patty has mentioned, you've had moments in your career where you've had up and downs. Kind of looking back to your first home run, what do you remember from that moment? And how surreal is it looking back now that you're just one home run away from breaking the all-time record?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy to accept. I remember it was against Weber State, 5th inning, and it went over the left center wall when we were at GCU. And I'm pretty sure coach put me at leadoff that game. But yeah, it's just crazy to think about and crazy to think that I hit 94 or more of those. So that's insane.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we got last one for Shannon Earhart.
Hey, Jocelyn, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I just kind of wanted to ask you, with all of this going on, how do you stay locked in and kind of focused with having your family there and having this record on the line? How do you still kind of have fun and kind of have that aspect, but still stay locked in?
Yeah, I was actually talking with Coach Gasso about it, and she was just telling me to just enjoy this last year to the fullest extent because I really won't ever get this again. I won't get to wear Sooner uniform again. I won't get to play with these girls again. So just genuinely trying to enjoy every single moment. And I have a lot of other more important things to focus on right now, like graduating. So trying to do that and then just come here and like, this is, coach always says that this is our playground. So I get to go out, go to school for free, might I add, and then I get to come out here and just have some fun. So, and it's even cooler that my family gets to come out here and just watch me have a blast. So yeah, just kind of, I mean, softball is something that I do. It's not who I am. So yeah, I mean, I'm just here to have some fun.
Awesome. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
We're gonna squeeze one more in, a follow-up from Jenny Carlson.
Hey, Jocelyn, I should have asked you this when we were talking earlier about that break you had your sophomore year. You had termed it, I think I saw a quote at one point, you did call it a softball cleanse, but when you think about that now and how it transformed that year, but also still has ripples now, how do you sort of think about that? Do you call it, what do you call it? How do you sort of process what that was in your brain?
Then I would have called it a softball break, but now we just kind of laugh about it. Like, I was talking with JT the other day and he was like, "You've never been to Kansas before?" And I was like, "No, this is my first time. I was on my cruise before, remember?" And so, yeah, we just kind of laugh about it. It was definitely a learning point in my career. And it's helped me today, but we just laugh about it now.
No more cruises until after the season's over.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jossie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jocelyn. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.